Hey everybody, Basically Brandon here, and let's talk about The Jungle Book. I'm really happy that they chose to just stick with the Jungle Book story and not wander off into any, weird different era that they could have just went into, but they just stuck to the story, and I can really appreciate what the director did. Everything they did in this movie, they placed it in the right position, and I very much enjoyed that. I'm a big fan of the Jungle Book. I haven't really watched a lot of Jungle Book lately. The last time I probably watched the Jungle Book was, I don't know, I think it was like 14, 15. It was a very long time, but it was one of my most favorite things to watch as a kid. I saw this movie in 3D, which everybody needs to go see this movie in 3D. It is so much more intense in 3D. I didn't see it in 2D, but the 3D experience was one of the best 3D experiences I've ever seen in a movie before. Everything was CGI. Everything. I'm pretty sure everything was CGI. This whole movie looked CGI, but it was okay. The CGI was amazing. It looked so realistic. I couldn't really remember a part in this movie where I looked at a certain area and said, "Huh, that doesn't look real." No, everything looked very organic. It looked realistic. This movie was eye candy. Definitely was eye candy. I would like to say that the voice actors in this movie were outstanding. Ben Kingsley, Bill Murray. Man, Bill Murray was great. Scarlett Johansson had a very little role. She played the role of the snake, Ka, or Ka. Either way you want to say it. I actually wanted to see her a little bit more in the movie. I really like the snake. I like the story about the snake and all that stuff, but they had about 5 minutes of the snake role, which is a decent amount of time. Basically what happened was Ka lured Mowgli into her chamber of secrets. I'm not even trying to pun the Harry Potter stuff. It's just a little dark place into the forest with a lot of trees. And she lures Mowgli up into the dark trees and mist, and she's basically just there to wrap Mowgli up, hypnotize him, and tell him about his past as a baby, which that kind of struck an interest to me. How do you know what his past was like? Were you there? Did you experience all of this? They didn't really touch up a little bit onto all of this, which I guess they didn't have to. It's just I would have enjoyed it if they would have went a little bit into detail about that. All right, so I'm hoping I'm saying his name right. Idris Elba. Anyways, he played the role of Shere Khan. He nailed it, man. He was the scariest Shere Khan I have ever witnessed. This will scare your children. This will probably maybe even scare you. It kind of scared me a little bit. I was in the theater. I was kind of gripping my seat, some scenes, and that's a good thing. You want to see a scary Shere Khan. He's a tiger, for goodness sakes. He's hunting down and trying to kill Mowgli. Bill Murray played the role of Baloo, and it was really good. I think this was probably some of the best Bill Murray work I've seen in film. And all he's doing is voice acting, but just that enough was just it brought so many smiles to my face, and he's so funny, very funny. Him alone is just enough for me to go see this movie. He did such a great job. Kudos to him. Christopher Walken. I do a bad Christopher Walken impression, so I ain't even starting that, okay? Stop it now. He played the monkey King Louie. King Louie was... He was interesting. He was pretty demanding, kind of like a mobster. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm hearing myself. He's pretty much the mobster of monkeys. That is the biggest monkey I've ever seen. I'm not even sure if that's even correct due to monkey science. Monkey science. I gotta say, the kid who played Mowgli, what's his name? Neil Sethi. I think his name is Neil Sethi. I'm sorry if I got that wrong or something like that. Anyways, I think he played a really good role. I think it's very impressive of that kid actor, man. You gotta really act up your way through doing just a CGI movie just by yourself. And you gotta act out your emotions and everything how the director wants you to, but you don't really physically see what you're acting with. Mowgli was accepted into the animal world through the pack of wolves. Everyone else in this story, all the other animals looked at him as a man cub, and rightfully so. He's a man coming into an animal family where they're not too sure of him. But there's this one part in the movie, Mowgli notices that there's something going on in the elephant family, which the elephant family is looked up to as like this royal animal, that when the elephants walk by, you must bow and praise the elephants because they're so wonderful and mysterious. Not a lot of people talk to the elephants. He notices that something's going on in the elephant family. So he goes running towards them. He finds that there's a baby elephant actually fell down some kind of dirt hole, and all the elephant adults are freaking out. They don't know what to do, and it all looks lost for this baby elephant. But it was Mowgli who used his man tricks to get strong vines from the trees and hook it around the baby elephant, throw it to the big elephant's trunk, and they got to pull up the baby elephant. And after that moment, Mowgli was looked at by the elephants and respected. That was probably one of my best moments out of that movie. That really made me smile, man. It made my wife smile. It was amazing. This movie was very upbeat. There was a lot of sad moments in this movie. There was some funny moments. There was some happy moments. There was some, you had a lot of feelings in this movie, and I like that. I've said this before about other movies. I like the emotion that an actor can bring me. If you draw me into the movie, that's what I'm looking for. That's what makes a top grade movie. If you can catch my attention and you can get me to keep watching through all these emotions and stuff like that, A+, man. A+. So, hey, keep doing that. I want to see that in a lot more movies. I don't think they should make a sequel to this movie because I've told my wife this before. It's the Jungle Book. You don't want to expand any more towards that. Maybe some people would like to see maybe what happens next, but in my opinion, I'm okay with this just ending. You told the story of the Jungle Book. Great job. You did a good job doing it too. Now, maybe in the next 10 years, make another film about it for the next generation. Continue on with the story, but for our generation right now, this is the Jungle Book, and I'm so happy they reamped it for us. Thank you for doing that. You've brought happiness into my heart. You gave me a good smile. You got me thinking about when I was a kid and I used to watch this movie and it made me happy. Well, you did it again. Thank you, but don't make a second film for the money. You did a great job with this one. I'm definitely gonna buy this movie on Blu-ray. I can't wait. It's gonna be amazing. My ranking on Jungle Book is, well, this is actually my first I'm giving out, and it very much deserves it. It had a good place in my heart, and it gave me so many emotions and brought me back to my good childhood and stuff like that. But with all that being said, my final rating on The Jungle Book is my first 10 out of 10.